right, this is 4062 College Way in Everett. We're gonna kind of start with the surrounding neighborhood. That's an old school, now the Compass Health campus. Kind of on the corner of a big turn here. And this is the back of the house with the garage and parking area. And that's Lyra. I don't know if you saw this on the right side, but we got kind of like this industrial fence here. Looks like it opens from that side as well, potentially. Little yard. And an older fence over here. All right, so kind of coming around the back of the building here. This is that Louisiana Pacific manufactured hardwood. I think I was kind of telling you about it that first house we met at. So that right there is just chipping. It needs some paint, but it's starting to deteriorate. This down here is the bad stuff. So that's what's happening internally to all of this. So that's gonna need to be replaced. And they kind of layered it up there as well. So I think all of this side's gonna need to go. Drainage looks nice though. They did a good job there, except for this one. Just kind of draining over this rock, and I think this is a kind of a new foundational drain. Okay, so coming along the front side of this building, this is original siding. It looks like they tried to seal it a little bit, but they didn't do a really good job. So water's gonna for sure get behind this too, sooner or later if it hasn't already. All right, haven't been inside yet, but we have some window decay, and they are single pane windows, probably original from the 40s. All right, a lot of times with these older houses in the 40s, we're gonna see that knob and tube wiring. It looks like they have fixed that. This siding appears to be painted, but this is cedar siding. This is gonna be a lot better quality. It looks like it's been painted, but overall, I really think that this should be replaced probably in the next, probably 10 years. It's probably gonna be okay, but just something to note. Okay, kind of coming along the side of the house. It's all finished up there, so no attic space. Coming down here, we have a basement window that's kind of exposed. It's a pretty big drop off. An appraiser is probably going to call that out. So they'll need to fix that before this sells. Nothing that wrong, but scary when you have little kids. Window also appears to be broken from outside. I guess we'll see on the inside. Those are probably 10 to 15-year-old windows that have just been repainted on the outside as well. All right, good drainage here. All of this looks new. Looks like they freshly painted it too, because there's a bunch of tape left over. Pay attention to where that tape isn't covering. That's a bad seal, and water's gonna get in there eventually. All right, you can kind of catch a little shot of the roof up here while we're at it. It doesn't look new. That little bit on top is just venting. Nothing really wrong with that. There isn't any space for the attic up there, so they have to do it some way. Usually you see a little box fence there, but they're not present here. That chimney looks old, and that flashing around it, that silver and black part, I'd want to look at. Okay, continuing on to the back of the house. Again, looks like great job on the drainage here. This is all built out to the road, which is awesome. I think this was added in. I at some point. I'd kind of like to see also how that was sealed onto the original structure. That bubbling is a cheap, quick paint job. Coming down again and up around the window seals, looking okay. Except for maybe a little bit of painted over decay up there. Down. And lots of broken glass down here. Windows will need to be replaced. Generally, you don't want to see this giant crack in the foundation. It's not really the foundation, but this pour here they did, and it is on both sides. Okay, coming into the front door here. Electric fireplace. This is kind of like an external veneer they're put around this side here, which looks done well. Looks like they had some popcorn ceilings, but did some scraping, can lighting. Nice little front room here. All right, coming in the front, turning down the hall. A very nicely staged room here. Now we're gonna go up to the finished attic space. This stairway is a little bit wider than I see in a lot of these kind of 40s builds where they finish the attic. And it has railings, which is nice. All right, as we're coming up the stairs here, this is the finished attic space. Kind of got like a faint note of like there were cats here or dogs. You did a good job covering that up. Up here is like a little office nook with shelving. All right, coming down from that room and the upstairs, we have a bedroom here on our right. A little closet. View from the window is your driveway. And we got baseboard heat. All right.
Oh, cloud. Oh, cloud.
Mm-hmm. Two. Up. 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 Open. Okay.
Bye-bye, heart.
Not yet. Not yet. We got a little more to do. Little half bath down here, washer dryer. Everything underneath the house actually looks pretty good. It looks like they've updated a lot of the foundational beams. These are original. They look like they're in good shape. Kind of cool space down here. It's a nice hole. Something to note. Hey, so we're back at home now, as you can probably hear. I don't recommend that you consider that home. The pictures look nice and the staging is great, but as we pointed out, like those are just the things that I could see from the short time I was there. I think that that house is going to be a money pit for whoever buys it. I think whoever bought that house wanted to flip it, got a great deal on auction, or somehow paid cash, something like that. And they decided that after they got a ways into it that they couldn't afford to continue it and do what they wanted, and then they just rushed to put it on the market. So what else? I noticed in the linen closet there was original hardwood. A lot of those 40s homes have that. So they just like put the LVP over the top of that. So underneath it, it might be like really cool, but I'm guessing that it isn't because they put that over the top of it. Yeah, in the neighborhood, it's okay. But just like the area and where that is, like I was backing out of the driveway and I like almost got hit by another car. So yeah, I think it looks really awesome in the pictures, but yeah, hope that isn't disappointing. But have a great rest of your day.